ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸರಳ, ಸುಂದರ, ಪರಿಸರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ಟಿನ ಮನೆಗಳ ಸರಣಿಯ ಈ ಹೊಸ ಎಪಿಸೋಡಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಈ ಬಾರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೋಮ್ ಟೂರ್ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ನ ಕಟ್ತಾಲ್ ಸಮೀಪವಿರುವ ಜಿಯೋ ನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನ ಈ ಮನೆಗೆ. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಈ ಮನೆಯ ವಿಶೇಷವೆಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಬಂಡೆಗಲ್ಲನ್ನೇ ಅಡಿಪಾಯವಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಭೌಗೋಳಿಕ ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನೇ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲವೆಂದು ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿದ ಈ ಮನೆಯ ರೂವಾರಿ ಐ.ಐ.ಟಿ ಮುಂಬಯಿಯ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ, ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ನ ಸುಸ್ಥಿರ ಬದುಕಿನ ತಜ್ಞ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಭಾಸ್ಕರ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ. ಮೊದಲು ಈ ಮನೆಯ ಕ್ಷಿಪ್ರ ನೋಟ ನಿಮಗಾಗಿ, ಬಳಿಕ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಮಾತನಾಡಿಸೋಣ. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನಿವತ್ತು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ನ ಹೊರವಲಯದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅನ್ಮಾಸ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದು ಕಡ್ತಾಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಊರಿಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ನ ಶ್ರೀ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಭಾಸ್ಕರ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಇವರು ಬಹಳ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ. ಇವರದ್ದು ಸುಸ್ಥಿರ ಬದುಕಿನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವರ್ತಕರು ಇವರು, ಮತ್ತು ಸುಸ್ಥಿರ ಬದುಕಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ವೇದಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತನಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಛಾತಿ ಇರುವವರು ಇವರು. ಈ ಅನ್ಮಾಸ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರಿಗೊಂದು ಪುಟ್ಟ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ಲಭ್ಯವಿರುವಂತಹ ಪರಿಕರಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ವೆಚ್ಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಮನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮೈಸೂರಿನಿಂದ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಭಾಸ್ಕರ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬನ್ನಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಭಾಸ್ಕರ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಈ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈ ಮನೆ ಹೋಮ್ ಟೂರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರ್, ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್.
Good morning.
And welcome to Wide Angle. Quite interesting house. So it's a pleasure to do a home tour of your house. Please tell in detail about this house, your concept, your outlook, and about sustainable construction of house, all those things. Our viewers are interested.
I want to live in nature. That is one of the basic things I had a dream like. So when I came here, I have seen that this place is close to the forest area, and it has beautiful rock formations. So this inspired me. So then I have selected this place for my construction of my house and bought this place. And especially here the soil is light soil, red soil, and we have good rock formations, and all these materials also very good for livable conditions. So here then I started thinking, you see, all the in my life had been telling as an ecologist or environmentalist, see, you should have your ecological footprint small, your carbon footprint small, and you should live with minimalist principles and adopt the nature-based solutions or ecosystem-based adaptation, and all these are part of the sustainability. So in this context, when I was designing myself, all those things which I had been telling everybody had been there in my mind. Then I designed myself this particular house with the minimalist principle. There is not much fanfare here. This is a duplex house, one room below and another room above, inside about 12 by 13 feet area, and using the local material this house was constructed. So these rocks are available around everywhere in plenty, and these are called Archean granites, about 2500 million years old rocks, and they shine. You can see that glow in that every rock because there is mica and quartz and other minerals which shine a lot. So they are very beautiful rocks. I don't want to plaster and do all that, as simple as possible. So here I want to also have a kind of place to sit, cozy place to sit. So this platform I have created, so anytime anybody can conveniently come and stay and have discussions here. So for that reason this was created. And I had this balconies especially, and these are about 4 feet width, so that I could sleep in the nights, and this gives nice ambience and connectedness with nature. And in the early morning the sunrise fall from this direction. This is east facing house actually, and also west side we have this sunset, that also beautiful sunset we can watch, and we can enjoy that, as well as moonrise is also very beautiful. Here all the panchabhutalu, what we say are panchabhutas, they are like the earth, the water, the air, the fire mean the sun element, and the sky, that is the openness of this area. So all these 5 elements I want to integrate into my house, and I can experience all the time those 5 things here. So that makes me always live like any other life on this earth. See, all other life on this earth exists, coexists with all these elements every day. Whereas in our lifestyle in other places, we are closing everything and trying to live in a space that has no meaning like living. So a livable space is not livable. So it is like enclosed chambers. So those are the things which where we are losing our even value of our life, because living in present is the highest form of living, and living with nature is another most important aspect to be present. And there our life expands like anything. It is not about how many days you lived, but actually how many moments that you had.
Sir, very unique feature of your house is there is no foundation. Rather, boulder itself is the foundation. So, quite interesting. Can you please explain on this aspect of your house?
When I found these rocks in my plot, I was so happy. Even I want to have just a hut on these rocks and live like that. So then when I thought of constructing this house without affecting the existing plants also, you can see one plant is underneath my house. I not cut it down. So what I did is on the existing rocks itself, have made drilled holes about 1.5 feet holes. Then I have inserted the steel rods, and there is a chemical that we get which fixes these rods. So with that I have fixed these rods. So my plinth area is having about 2 to 3 feet height rods all around. So on that directly these rocks were placed and constructed. So I saved a lot, about 25 to 30% usually that goes into basement. Like of this height.
Okay.
This is more than 6 feet height.
Okay.
So this kind of buildings when we need to construct, then lots of loss will be there. So here that loss is avoided. And these rocks being very stable and very old rocks, and these are the outcrops actually, so they tend to remain very long without any disturbance. So that is the part. So you could see here how I have placed rods, a sample where I intended to construct something here, but this is how I placed the rods first, then around that with rocks, then this house was constructed.
Okay. So this has saved substantially on your construction cost, isn't it?
A lot, because most of the people they spend on because the foundation is very important for any building, and they spend a lot on the foundation. So in real estate people, most of them they are actually taking away all these rocks and digging a big pit inside the ground and throwing them. They are covering it up. So instead, just respect them wherever they are. You redesign your house in such a way that that becomes part of your living environment.
Okay.
So that way we'll add value to the existing rocks without damaging them, because they're beautiful formations. You can see outside also that adds lots of beauty. Unlike a natural constructed this foundation wall, that is very simple. But here that adds some element to it. So I think this way everybody can adopt wherever these rocks are there. That's the best method.
And same stones you have used for masonry work also.
Yeah, same stone. These granites, as I said, they are very old stones, and these are available around in plenty. So using them is say makes sense actually. Instead of this embodied energy is one element, if you bring any material from far off places, or the energy that went into making them, like burnt bricks and all that, they can consume lots of energy. Afterwards you need to do plastering and this protecting like painting and all that. These are additionalities actually. So instead, why don't you use rocks? See, I take lots of inspiration from Sri Krishna Devaraya. People lived. They have built huge forts and buildings, and still they exist without any maintenance, and they're the best things. Then why don't we adopt all these things?
So
Yeah.
this has further brought down your cost, isn't it?
Yeah, this has totally brought down the most of the cost. That's
Because no
how
plastering,
my,
no painting.
building, yeah.
Okay.
That's why my buildings are simple and cost effective and adaptable, and somebody can learn from this kind of examples, and
Okay.
when they are constructing their house, they can adopt it very easily.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sir, quite interesting house. So can you take us for a home tour?
Sure, sir. So as we started from the basement now, you can see there is a niche here. This is for a campfire. So in between I am using this place between the rocks for having a campfire in the nights. This is a cozy environment between my kitchen and this house.
So kitchen
There
has
is a
been
corridor.
done separately.
Yeah, I don't want to link this kitchen to the main room, because livable room is different actually. Living room, what we say, that is different, kitchen is different. See, this particular structure, this is in the form of T. So if we see from one angle, it merges with this whole structure like a castle.
Mhm.
So nobody thinks that there is a corridor in between existing, or there is a gap between this kitchen and that building. So that way also this whole thing is, if you see from far off, it is a single unit, but when we come closer and see, things are again they come out. Here you can see my steps also. These were not intentional, so I use the natural stone and the slope, whatever it is existing.
Yeah.
So based on that, these steps are created.
Okay.
So without damaging this original
Right.
things here. So this house is having a peacock theme that you can see here. There is a peacock on this
Okay.
door.
Okay.
So overall my tiles are also blue color, peacock color,
Okay.
and my curtains and including this grey color matches with the
Mhm.
peacock theme.
Okay.
And there are lots of peacocks around.
Right.
So peacock is a national bird, and yeah, I have chosen that theme for my house. So my colors and everything, they gel very well with this peacock theme. Yeah, this is my first room, or the bottom room. This is a duplex house. So constructed with about 6 lakhs. This total cost about 3 years before this was done. And you could see this walls and everything as natural as possible, they are there. And you can see some shades also, pink, grey, and with glittering thing.
So
in the
purely
house.
natural.
Yeah,
The color
purely
as well as
natural.
shining.
Everything natural.
Right.
So I created some these niches here to keep. This was done by me, this Buddha.
Okay.
I have done this mold. So these are also important.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can keep on diya in these places.
Mhm.
So here again you can see the Saraswati is here. And This is the southern face actually. So we don't have windows on this side. But because the steps are here, I want to have some kind of light effect from here. And so these niches had been created.
Okay.
And these steps you can observe, they are the stone pillars inserted into the wall while constructing. So steps are very natural. We have not used any additional material. And only this railing is steel. And this roof I have made with steel pipes, and this is V board. This is a kind of cement board. So this can withstand our weight and everything, tested board, and it doesn't bulge with water. So this reduces our cost of construction, because otherwise we use lots of metal, then steel, cement, and at least 4-inch thick minimum. We are creating this kind of roofs, and they retain lots of heat also. And by building also, because there are no pillars in this building, all are walls. 2 floors is only wall, 16-inch thick wall. So here they can withstand our weight and everything, these structures. Top floor there is another room. So this total it is around, inside it is 12 by 13 area.
Okay.
This one room. Again top is also same, but we have 2 balconies.
Okay.
It is something like 4 feet by around 15 minimum feet length.
Okay.
So there at least 4 people can sleep conveniently. 2 beds can come in the balconies. So totally 4 beds can come.
Okay.
So that is again very good space. So on the top we have expanded like.
So this is very ideal for farmhouse kind of structures, isn't it?
I don't know what is this farmhouse. Originally farmer's house is farmhouse.
Okay.
So I don't know. This culture of the people like rich guys,
Right.
telling that farmhouse.
Right.
I don't know what kind of things they do there.
Okay.
But it's a livable house.
Right.
I don't call it farmhouse.
Yeah,
I call
right.
this as
Yeah,
Geo
right.
Nest.
Okay.
Geo means earth. This is a nest on this earth.
Okay.
Like a bird has a nest.
Right.
I have a nest.
It's a very beautiful name you have given, Geo Nest.
Yeah.
Can we go up?
Yeah.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇದು ಮೇಲಿನ ರೂಮು. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 2 ಬಾಲ್ಕನಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿದೆ, ಇದು ಪೂರ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿಮುಖವಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೂರ್ಯೋದಯ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಲು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತ ಸ್ಥಳ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇದು ಪಶ್ಚಿಮಕ್ಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂರ್ಯಾಸ್ತವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸರ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಬ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ 2 balconies make this room very very lively. So
Yeah. This is actually room for sleeping. So this is enough. At least 10 people can sleep here. It appears small, but actually I have not made any beds and other things. So just on the floor we can make it convenient to sleep, including using the balconies. It will extend our this open space, actually. Right. Connectedness.
Right.
Here again I made it like this, the roof this shape. Yeah. And the instead of tiles I used this plastic roof material, something called UPVC.
Okay.
This particular roof, it's very light actually. So in the morning during summers there will be some heat, but you can feel there is no heat as of now.
Yes.
But maybe after 12 or 1 like that it increases, but still, because this roof is very high and there are good ventilators, you can see cross ventilators. Yes. 4 of them are there.
Yes.
So that because of cross ventilation, this heat doesn't get transferred below. So that way, this is a cozy place for work also. Like if you have work from home kind of culture is there nowadays. So conveniently somebody can plug anywhere in the balconies, or you can sit even here like this. On this, this I made window cum door actually. So here one can sit like this, spread their legs, and the other side also on the other window. So we don't require stools and other things. And when it rains, the water should not come inside. So that's why this elevated platform is helping. So instead of having doors, so this concept is very simple. And having this kind of window which is slidable, we have both advantages here. because it doesn't take any space. It can be slided to one point, and whenever we want more security, just close it.
Yeah.
So that way we have advantages here. Like I don't want to have shelves, so my wall itself has made into a shelf here. You can see.
In this type of houses, how the wiring and plumbing are being done? No concealed, right?
Yeah, I kept everything open.
Outside,
Actually, this grey color of the pipes matches with the grey color of my stone.
Right.
So these are screwed into the wall. The wall is very strong. So nowadays we have equipment to drill hole into the wall directly. So all my fittings are very strong. You can see my fan also that is hanging. Again, it is embedded. The screws are embedded in the wall. Wall means here stone. Okay. These windows, again, I have a logo for my house.
Oh.
People have logos for their organizations and institutions, but I have a logo for my house. So I have chosen this is the Geo Spirit logo for me. Otherwise, for my YouTube channel also I use the same logo. So this has 5 elements. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I get this all these 5 represented as the 5 elements, as I said. The fire, water, soil, air and sky, like that, akasha. So all these tattvas are very important. So this gets repeated. So here we have a combination of circles and blocks again. So windows are circle, or if you see my kitchen, that is D shape, again circular windows. So it's a beautiful combination. All these are nature forms actually. So within nature also they get repeated like code, like DNA of the nature.
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಜಿಯೋನೆಸ್ಟ್ನ ಬಲಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಈ ವಾಶ್ರೂಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ. ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಬಂಡೆಯನ್ನೇ ಗೋಡೆಯ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಖಾಸಗಿತನಕ್ಕೆ ಧಕ್ಕೆಯಾಗದಂತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಛಾವಣಿಯು ಭಾಗಶಃ ಆಕಾಶಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರೆದಿದೆ. This house construction took how much time?
This happened during Corona times. There were challenges at that time, lockdown, and I had some laborers who were migrants from very far off place, Anantapur. So around 8 months like that minimum it took. So these challenges will be there for anybody when we work with especially labor. Labor is a shortage now, and skilled labor is even shorter. Maximum 3 months one can finish off if we have the right people on place.
Okay. So since construction time is very less, so you will save considerably on labor also.
Sure.
Okay.
See, labor cost is also per running feet they charge, like around 40 rupees per running feet, something like that. So this even stone is around initially when I started 22 and 24, and when we need this kind of corners to be trimmed, they charge more this part.
Okay.
So otherwise their charge is low.
Okay.
When they do direct work. So you need to get the right people, that's all. So this itself is a big challenge.
And what is the cost of construction incurred for this house?
See, I said around 6 lakhs for this duplex house, this whole thing. So this otherwise if you take this my kitchen, my other toilet and other things, at that time around 10 lakhs I spent this whole thing.
So the whole project taken together we can say at a cost of 10 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
You have been conducting workshops on various sustainable aspects, including cost-effective houses. Can you please suggest our viewers what are the steps they need to take to build cost-effective houses?
First, right from choosing the location. See, many people spend lots of money by being close to that urban areas where the land cost is so high. Sometimes their dream remains dream because they don't have enough money in their lifetime savings also to have a plot. Why you are thinking so much? Just move away. Just go to these places where land cost is cheaper and just start there.
This is a very important point.
Yeah,
because in cities land cost is extremely high.
Yeah, that is the deterrent for many people who doesn't have a home also.
Yes.
That is fundamental. You go to far off place Nowadays the communication is there. You have your internet and mobile communication, transportation facilities, and high speed roads are there, and work from home culture like thing is there. All these things are there. So only for that, even commuting within the city is very tiresome and very difficult actually. If you have made a choice that I will work here, just take some rented house and just work there, that's okay. But when we want to have a house, you can't have in between. Like you will travel every day 30 kilometers, and again this house is very costly. Again you have to spend a lot on fuel, and your health will go with pollution and all that. So that is one thing. Second thing is this should be close to nature. It's a very big investment actually, constructing a house. And materials is another big thing. Materials and how much space you require. The space people they don't understand this aspect of materialistic culture. So materialism is right from your house, what materials you use to construct it. Like some people say, I brought Italian marble, I brought the Chinese material to decorate my house, like that. So many things they are trying to bring in. So why they are bringing in so many things? So when you could have lived as simple as possible, so this is actually a baggage for you, and this is a burden for you. The maintenance is not a small thing or for anything. So get rid of this burden. So then also your house size will come down, I am telling. Otherwise, to fill up all these things you are trying to have, then showing to somebody. See, the material, especially use local materials always. Use local skills, local people, labor. See, and when the house gets demolished in the future sometime, then this material should become part of your environment. They should not be something like exotic, so that they create disturbances in your environment. Wherever required, you need not have so much materials used. Sometimes we are using too much materials in our construction. See, you want this wall to be plastered, then again it should be so smooth and like gypsum finish, something like, and false ceiling we want. So too many layers we are trying to create, and after that you have paints, then again maintenance. So this even the emissions from the walls is a very big issue.
So you mean to say approach of minimalistic and local material utility and living as near to the environment as possible are the solutions for the housing nowadays.
Yes, nature is one big thing.
Okay.
That will keep you healthy, that will keep you happy, that will give you freedom, that will aspire you for greater things in your life, and that will make you a real human being.
Very nice. డాక్టర్ రెడ్డి గారు, మీ ఇల్లు చాలా బాగుంది, మీకు ವೈಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಪರಂಗ ಪೆದ್ದ ಶಾಬಾಸ್ ಅಂಡಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋವನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.